Mitchell obviously leads this Mountie team, but Malaya Joseph will be an interesting litmus test on how far the Pirates have come from the first matchup. Talked about Joseph's explosive performance in the quarterfinals. Collins down low, lays it up and in, but Malaya Joseph struggled mightily in the first matchup between the two teams, going just 2 for 13 from the field, finishing with 5 points coming off the bench. So is Joseph the player that we saw in the quarterfinals, or can the Mounties find a way to slow down Malaya Joseph, among others, in the rematch? Here for the 3C2A championship. McPherson on the drive, goes to the fadeaway, around and out, gets her own rebound, missed the follow. Another chance, layup up and good.
Third time's a charm, couple offensive rebounds right off the get from McPherson.
5:50 remaining in the opening quarter. Brian Critchlow trying to bring the championship back to Walnut for the first time since 2017. But overall, the Mounties, one of the storied programs in the 3C2A, 8 championships in the program's history. Collins with the board. 3-on-3. Back up top to Estrada. Dreesen, good position down low, working on Diaz to the left hand. Overshot at Lampkin with the follow. The block by Mitchell. Mitchell will contribute in so many areas. The feeling is, as this season has gone on and this team has become more and more locked in defensively, that's really the key. And Sammy Doucette feeling that, listen, if we can come and do what we want to do defensively, we're fine. And that's what they're looking for, and the news is pretty good in that score. Mounties shooting under 40% from the floor, but Mounties matching that defense. Orange Ghost at 35%, 7 for 20 from the floor.
Yeah, you know who else has a similar recipe for success? Coach Critchlow.
It does sound familiar. And I'll just bet they're not the only two.
No. But they're the only two here.
Yeah, 2 for 2, indeed. 22-18. But it's interesting, you can often get so locked up into shooting and the numbers offensively. But it still ultimately comes down to playing defense. Borgelt working against Mitchell. Dreesen into the lane, dug out by Udese. Near steal for Estrada. Udese into the front court. Drives the lane, double pump, won't go. The rebound on the floor. They shoot 24% from three-point range. It's not a big part of what they do. So if they can be on even relatively even terms in that stat, I'm sure they will love it down on that Mount San Antonio College bench.
Hey, they wouldn't mind making a couple, too.
Yeah, nothing wrong with winning the category as well. 18 all after the 2 free throws. Across to Udese. Moncrief. McPherson in the low post, working on Dreesen. Dreesen with the block. McPherson gets it back, tries again, double pump, no. McPherson, one more try to the left hand.
Lefty scoop for McPherson. And again, persistence prevails.
Talia McPherson averages over 8 rebounds a game and gets a couple more there, not to be denied.
It's the second time she's had 2 rebounds offensively on her missed shots.
Collins, outside. Mitchell will back off. And the 2 outstanding sophomores lock up.
Great defense.
Out to Lampkin. Lampkin drives to the basket, missed it. Falling out of bounds, saved ultimately.
That's all the presence of Mitchell, her length. Great activity defensively.
Just the aerial bombardment against Folsom Lake, and then they turn around with a stifling defensive effort, limiting Glendale to just 45 points on 27% shooting from the floor in an 18-point win. Collins for 3, winning no. Rebound on the floor, off to McPherson. Pirates struggling from long range early, still maintain the 2-point lead. Destiny King into the game. Acuna nearly lost it. Joseph giving chase. We're going to play on, no jump ball. Advantage Mounties, but Diaz misses the shot. Follow no. They get it back to Mitchell, but they're going to wave it off.
I don't think she was out of bounds. I wonder if we have a look at that.
Or did the shot clock run out? Because we didn't get there's no contact on the rim. Watching the action, lost track of the shot clock, but definitely not out of bounds. And that got the rim as well. Yeah, you could say there with Acuna. Did she perhaps come down? Meanwhile, timeout on the floor, 2:39 remaining in the opening quarter. Just underway, the Women's Basketball Championship here on the Bay Area Online Sports Network. Can tie it or take the lead with a long one. Into Collins. Faces up on Mitchell. From 16, offensive rebound. Borgel coming in from the weak side with the follow.
Great crash on the boards. Borgel
Reading that ball in the air, that's a tremendous job, Michael. Mitchell in on Borgel, trying to go back to the right. Collins comes over for the steal. Looking to run, they're trying to get to Joseph. Potts has it back for the Mounties.
reset.
No numbers. Mounties will reset, they lob down low. McPherson, great position. Muscles it up and in.
That's automatic. She gets it down that low.
Talia McPherson is just a fearsome problem down low.
She's a handful, that's for sure.
26-24, McPherson with 10. Dreesen on the drive, missed the layup. Mitchell has the rebound. Mounties with the 2-point lead in the ball. Udeze. Nobody stops the ball back outside. Mitchell. McPherson again, like she establishes so far down low. That's incredible position, and there's just not a whole lot you can do.
It's a bad matchup for OCC. You got to put a bigger body on her.
28-24.
McPherson feasting right now. She's got 12.
Borgel. Lampkin drives the lane. Runner too strong. Offensive foul. Zoe Lampkin. Under a minute to go in the first half. The Mounties back up 4. Well, Mike, you go back to last year in the semifinals and the Pirates down about this margin, even into the fourth quarter against Moore Park. And they come back. This is a team with a lot of poise. Well coached, obviously, and still have some time here, but I think you've got to be concerned if you're on that Pirate bench, the struggles that they are having getting open shots against this Mountie defense down 10. Riddle. 4-3 up over the board.
A good look. It's a great driving kick there from Deja Mitchell. Riddle off the mark, short. And when you're short on your shot as a team, that tells me that the legs aren't there.
Backdoor cut. Estrada into the lane outside. Joseph 4-3 off the back iron. Long rebound. Tracked down by Cardona.
Just too open there.
Second chance for the Pirates. Estrada on the cut, back outside. Borgel will try for a 3. Off the top of the board. It's on the floor. Collins battling for it. Ends up with Joseph, but a whistle.
Udeze.
And Udeze battling Maya Collins. Picks up the foul. That'll be the 5th on the Mounties. Should be. It's the 2nd on Udeze as they'll work on the floor. And I think I lost one, Mike. It must be the 4th team foul.
It was the 14th foul previously in OCC. So both teams technically in the bonus after this foul.
1:28 remaining in the 3rd. Pirate lead, or I should say the Pirate deficit is 10. Estrada up top. Collins, a drive on Mitchell. High off the glass, won't go, but Deja Mitchell going to pick up the foul, and Collins gets to the line. And how do you like it if you're the Pirates where the matchup you have to try is going at Deja Mitchell? And that is going to be a tough way to get some points, though. Collins does get to the line.
That's a tough call. Deja looked like she was straight up there, and the call was she was riding her out underneath, but look at the replay, there's really not a lot of contact underneath.
Second foul on Mitchell.
Let you say it.
And Mike, in the first matchup, I like to let you say it, but in the first matchup between these two teams, Deja Mitchell played all 40 minutes, and she has been out there, I want to say, every minute so far. And
she's not going out.
That is, again, so beneficial for the Mounties that Mitchell just constantly just a beacon on the floor offensively and defensively for this Mountie team. Udeze dancing on the dribble, starts to move on Cardona. The floater is good. Elizabeth Udeze. A couple of field goals in this 3rd quarter, and the Mounties with their largest lead at 12 out of 2. 48-31. 17-point lead. Cardona still working up top, and now King brings the pressure. Looking for Collins on the cut, tipped and stolen. King gonna leak out. She'll take it in, lay it up and in. The lead swells to 19. 5:18 and counting remaining in the game. and eerily similar to our men's championship earlier today. But a contest that had stayed relatively close. Esagian steps through, missed the shot, tries to follow, no good. Rebound to Moncrief. Late, starting to see one of the teams pull away and really take command. As we saw with the Rams earlier over the Hornets, a big fourth quarter en route to the win, and the Mounties doing the same right here, pulling away late. They have the lead up to 19, and the Pirates continue to have all kinds of difficulty as Riddle gets the bounce.
So the hometown cooking.
When it rains and pours, 52-31. Borgelt puts it on the floor. Looking for Cardona, and Cardona's pass intercepted. Well, Mike, there's going to be something a little short of a tragic irony here for the Pirates if you think about this weekend overall and how almost ridiculously hot they came out in the quarterfinal, just hitting everything. And unfortunately for the Pirates, if this one holds, it's going to finish with what would have to be considered the absolute opposite end of the spectrum, as they simply cannot buy a bucket here, particularly in the second half.
You know, they've had a couple pretty good looks. They're just not falling. And it's almost like there's sometimes, you know, as a team, you feel like there's a lid on the bucket.
Well, it's the perfect combination, because the Mountie defense is not giving them very many opportunities at all, and then when they do get one, they can't seem to get a bounce or get one to go. Estrada steps through, left hand layup good. 5.6 remaining. They'll bring it in. The Mounties going to bring the championship back to Walnut. Mitchell will hold, fitting as Deja Mitchell will have the ball at the final moment. She has carried the ball for so much of the season for the Mounties. A tremendous effort once again, going the route. The Mounties up and down this lineup. Sensational in a 52-39 win to become the 3C2A Women's Basketball Champions for 2025.